Don't stop breathing.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. It is AJ, aka Grim Horizon TV. I hope you all had a great holiday weekend with friends and family. Got to spend some time away from work, relax, enjoy life. Hopefully opened up some Pokemon presents on Christmas morning. Today we are going to be going over my Japanese 151 Master Set, at least its current state, as far as what I need, why I started doing it, how it's laid out. We'll see all that here in a second. But first things first, we have now moved on to week 9 for my showcase card of the week. Now, week 8 was the Squirtle from the VHS deck. Super cool card for my childhood collection. I love that card. It was the first Squirtle I actually put in here for a week. And we are swapping it out for the secret rare from Unseen Forces, if you can guess what that is. I'm a big Rocket guy. I love this card. I picked it up at a trade event over the weekend from one of my buddies, Pokey Pete, and he was kind enough to let that go from his personal collection. We have a Rocket's Persian EX. This card is busted, destroyed. The outer layer is starting to crinkle up. See if you can see that a little bit in the picture. It's fucked. I love this card. It is sick looking. I actually have it in a PSA 10 on the Japanese side. It's a promo for the Japanese market, at least one. I think there's a couple of them, but I have the World Fair one. I love that card. This is the first copy I've picked up in English, though. Check them out. Showcase Cards. They basically just make cases for collectors of any type of TCG, Magic, Sports, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. They all fit in here, and it's just cool. I'm swapping out literally every 7 days just to keep the variety going, but I absolutely love having this case for my iPhone and having the ability to just showcase different cards every week. Now, moving back to my Japanese 151 set, this is in the making. I have been collecting Japanese 151 since the launch weekend. I ordered a case that initial pre-release. I got it, I think, a couple days after physical launch in Japan, and it's just been kind of going nonstop since then. So let's dive right into it and see exactly how it's set up, what I need, and what to expect from the Japanese side versus the English side. All right, I got the binder set up here the best I could. Now, this set is massive. It is 520 cards if you want a true master set for Japanese 151. The way I have it set up, because most binders won't even hold that many cards, this is a Vault 4x3 binder. It holds, I believe, 480 cards. So I have a couple pages to spare at the end. But what I did was every single reverse foil, so this is the regular reverse. Just like on the English side, all the cards have a non-holo or holographic version, then the reverse version. So I put the reverse version over either the unholo or the holo, call it like the common card. So all of that is going to be how it's set up here. And then I left a spot for the Master Ball. So I don't have a Bulbasaur Master Ball, but I do have the first 2 cards. So there's 3 cards almost for every single Pokemon or trainer or whatever in this entire set. So on the first page, you can kind of see how the setup works. Charmander is underneath there, Charmander reverse, then Charmander Master Ball. You can tell it's a Master Ball. These are not available on the English side, but the Master Balls have a little M on them. They look like a Master Ball. It's pretty self-explanatory. They're really close to the actual reverses, but that is how you distinguish between the two. Now, if you open an entire booster box of Japanese 151, you actually only receive 1 Master Ball in the entire box. So you have to open up a lot if you even want to have, you got to open up 20 boxes just to get 20 Master Balls. It's near impossible to do the entire set without trading, buying, whatever your means are for collecting. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Now, this entire set, I have the full main set, every single alt art, full art, trainer. I have every single regular reverse. So whatever's just a normal regular Pokeball reverse, I have every single one. There's 153 reverses, and there are 153 Master Ball reverses. I am currently sitting at the halfway mark. I have 76 Master Balls, so I need 77 more Master Balls to physically complete the set. That is it. All I need is Master Balls to finish my Japanese 151 set. So let's flip through the pages, see exactly what I have, what I hope I have soon. I would love a Squirtle Master Ball sooner than later. That is one of the more expensive ones. All the starters are expensive. I was fortunate enough to pick up the Charmander and the Charmeleon. So moving on to the second page here, I don't have, I'll point out like full lines too. Not quite finished on the Caterpie line. Just needs Caterpie. Oh, I do need Butterfree as well. Okay, Pidgey line is done. So I have a Master Ball Pidgey, Master Ball Pidgeotto, and Master Ball Pidgeot. So pages with minimum holes, you know there's just a lot more Master Balls there. So I do have that full line. There's only a couple trios that I have in the entire 151 that are complete. I think I had the Rattata and the Raticate. So there's little odds and ends here and there. I don't have the Pikachu. So the Pikachu Master Ball is probably the most expensive card out of the entire Japanese 151 set. It's more expensive than any of the Alt-Arts. I think it's sitting at like $250, $300. I'm not buying that. I will eventually find one or trade for one at some point or another, but I just find it ridiculous the amount of money people are charging or getting for literally reverse holos. They're a lot rarer reverse holo, but at the end of the day, they are a reverse holo. So here, let's jump through. These are the EX cards. There's 12 EX cards in the entire set. The Wigglytuff. I do have the Meowth and Persian, both of those Master Balls, so that's a really cool duo there, pair. Florshits, I have both of those. I'm just working on it whenever I come across it. I have not bought a single Master Ball online outside of like trading through my Instagram. Majority of these came from trade events, Poke Shops around town, Collecticon. I went to 3 different Collecticons last year and came home with Master Balls from all of them through trades or just buying from vendors. Okay, this page right here is my first complete page. It is the only page I have in this entire binder outside, once we start getting to the ARs, of completion through Master Balls. So I have every Master Ball and every reverse here, and I'm getting pretty close on this page. The Gengar is going to be the most expensive to track down. I don't think it's going to be that hard to pick up a Cloyster or Muck. It just comes down to finding it. It's probably even wrong to say it's hard to find or pick up like common stuff. Like a Ghastly, you would think would be a common card, but with the rarity and scarcity of the Master Balls, it's just so much harder to track these cards down if you're doing it like I'm doing and just not buying on eBay. It's a lot harder to find it through trade events. That's why I get a lot more excited whenever I come across somebody with even 1 or 2 that I need. It's just like, yeah, let's work out a deal, because I might not find these cards again for another 6 months. One card here, the Marowak is the last card I need to complete that full page. The Hypno, I love the actual arts on a lot of these cards as well. That Hypno art is really cool. Flipping through, the Rhydon and Rhyhorn pair are actually 2 of my favorites. Love those Master Balls. I have the Horsey and the Seadra, so that line's done. Coughing and Wheezing, that line's done. So actually flipping through, I have a lot more than I thought I did. It's just, there's still so much to go. I'm just at the halfway mark, being at the 76, like I mentioned. I picked up the Scyther the other day for a Christmas present for myself. I love Scyther. I came across this at a local card shop, and I wasn't going to spend money on myself because I was Christmas shopping for other people, but I had to bring this one home. So that one's actually probably one of my favorite Master Balls. I have 2 in the back that are really high contenders as well on my favorite list. I do have the Eevee and the Vaporeon, so I'm only missing the Jolteon and the Flareon there to finish the entire evolution line. Snorlax was a really cool pickup. I love that one. Okay, so now we're getting pretty much out of the Pokemon into the trainers. I don't have a Mewtwo. I wish I can find one sooner than later just to complete that lineup. It would probably be cool just to have the back side of this done, because when I flip this over into the rest of the trainers here, once these trainers are complete, we are getting into the actual ARs, I like full completion. I am highly OCD, and having holes in the binder just drive me insane most of the time here. But I think I want to start from the backside and move forward if I can just track down Bill or Daisy's helper, just the balloon. Any of these trainers would fill in coming from the backside. Because now that we flip over here, the Erica's Invitation and the Giovanni, both of these cards are probably two of my favorites out of all the Master Balls that I have, and I'll show you the reason why. Master Ball placement might be kind of hard to tell. Both of these cards, I pulled the Giovanni from my initial case that I opened, and then I tracked this down from a friend on Instagram. The Master Ball actual pattern falls directly onto their hands. So I think that's a super sick pair for actual reverse, like foil placement itself on these cards. That Giovanni is just probably the most badass Giovanni I've ever seen for Master Ball placement. I don't see a lot. I've actually Googled pictures of these cards to see where the pattern lies, and it's completely random. You can have that line literally anywhere on the card, and it's just like floating a foot above his hand or on his hand or under it. It's just really hard to find that exact placement for both of these trainer cards. So now that we're out of the Master Balls, we're getting into the art rares of this set, the ARs, and I have a full completion on this set all the way back. So I have every art rare. You start with all the starters, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, the Charmander line, the Squirtle line, and then these pages are really cool. So all of this is art rares, getting into the full arts. The art rares stop right there with the Mewtwo. I love that Mewtwo art. The Machamp art is really cool, or the Machoke, I'm sorry. The Pikachu one. I even love the Psyduck. Psyduck's just a great character. And then you have all the full arts of every character. And when we flip it over, we have the main cards. The SARs of the set, the special art rares. These are all the same on the English side. I just think the texture is so much better. Now on these cards here, I'll take one out just to show you in the light. I just don't feel the English does justice or creates their cards to look like this. I mean, the texture is just insane on the Japanese side, and that's why I collect more Japanese than I do English, just because it just looks better. Granted, there's challenge involved. There's a lot of different aspects, but these cards just, you can't compare this to the English counterpart, in my opinion. The English cards do look great. I'm not bashing the English side. I just think the Japan quality, the Japanese quality, is a little bit more superior than the English counterpart. I have two lines of the promos here as well. Those came in the box decks, I think they're called folder decks or something like that. I have a couple sealed ones behind me here, but I just pulled out two lines of the promos just to complete the page, because the last card of the set is the Psychic Energy at 210 out of 165. You can't even see it, it's cut over there. But yep, sorry, technical difficulties for 1 second. So yeah, that is the main set. That is every card in it. Now, when I first opened this set, the first case I received over from Japan, it was crazy. I did a live stream on my Instagram, and then the actual footage did get messed up, which is kind of terrible. The cards, I'm going to take my phone out of the holder here. I pulled multiple Ericas in the first set. So, and I actually have them all still. I'm going to grab them here for you. So that's Erica 1. This is Erica 2. I sent 2 off to PSA. And I still have that one, and then I still have this one. So in a sealed case is what I opened. I pulled 3 SAR Ericas, and I pulled 2 SR Ericas as well. I still have that one there, and then this one right here. So I have a sequential pair for my graded pile. I have the main one I'm keeping for my 151 master set, and then this one's for trade. I'm not like married to a third here. I'm not hoarding Ericas, but I don't mind having this card just off to the side. I won't trade it for just anything, because the cards are just a little bit more special to me that I actually grade them myself and then have them in my collection. So yeah, I mean, that's the entire set here. Sorry about the little technical difficulty there. I use an iPhone stand to prop up the backside of my binders when I do these kind of videos, and it started giving out on the weight because there's way too many cards in that binder, and it started pushing itself back. So worked out in the end. I hope you loved going over my 151 master set, at least its current state. It's dope. I mean, there's so much nostalgia with the original 151, 150, however you want to call that. I'm 35 years old, and when they launched this set, I mean, it was just a kind of a no-brainer. I mean, they hit home for literally everyone. That's why the English counterpart is still sold out in all stores. I mean, Pokemon knows what they're doing when they release these kind of sets. People are gonna buy them. People are gonna collect them. Oh, and the way they did it on the English side, with the launch of that binder, that 151 binder box that came with some packs in it and everything, that I thought it was genius. I mean, it literally forced people to collect the set. You had no better reason not to, because they give you all the tools to do it. So yeah, I love this set. At the end of the day, I'll finish it eventually, deem it a year from now, 2 years from now. God only knows. There's so many Master Balls in there. But yeah. Appreciate you watching through the video. We will see you on Monday, and I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Don't stop.